Scaling your impact is the ultimate leverage point for being able to scale your consultancy in a way that will generate more profits, in a way that will generate more freedom, in a way that will generate more impact in the world.
Is your current success putting a lot of demands on you? If you're good at what you do, and you are, then everyone wants you. But that's no way to scale. If you're delivering spectacular results, you should be commanding higher fees, working with only the best clients. Welcome to the Hands Off CEO podcast, where world-class agency owners and consultants learn how to fully monetize their expertise and scale profits by doing less. Here's your host, Mandi Ellefson.
Hello, this is Mandi Ellefson, host of the Hands Off CEO podcast. Today, we have another exciting episode about how to drive rapid growth with less reliance on you. How do you be able to drive faster growth with less reliance on you? Okay, well, here's the secret. The secret to driving more growth with less reliance on you is getting other people to do it. So how do you get other people to do something, right? Well, they have to want to. So in Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, it's one of my favorite leadership books. It's not even called a leadership book. It's one of my favorite leadership books, though. It's all about how do you get other people to want to do something. So the only way you can get anyone to do anything is that they have to want to do something. So it's looking at how do you get someone to want to do something. So you can get someone to join your company and check off the box and do the work, hopefully, if you give them a paycheck, right? So that's one of the first motivations. Now, a lot of business owners seem to think that that is like the main driver. Now, that's really not the main driver. And in fact, is one of the least important drivers. People have to make money. They have to be able to cover their basic needs and all of that, right? But as soon as someone else offers them a little bit more, then that incentive is now obsolete. You no longer have that incentive because someone else has given them a little bit better incentives. So money for your team is just not enough reason. Now, there are many other things that will motivate your team. Dan Pink, from his TED Talk, he shares about the three main drivers that motivates people. And one of them is autonomy. One of them is mastery. And the last one is contribution. So what really motivates people is really about having the independence to be able to make decisions, really have their own space to be able to create. They want to master something. They want to become really good at something. And they also wanted to contribute. They want to have a way to giving back. So this is what motivates people. And by the way, one of the things he shares about this, and this was for some years back, so the numbers might be a little different now, but he says that after 70,000, money can actually be a demotivator, which I thought was really interesting. So it's looking at what is actually motivating your people. Now, why this is so important, and one of the reasons why I wanted to record this, is that we have consulting agency CEOs come to us sometimes and they're like, you know what, I want to exit my company. I want to be able to, we're at 1.4 million now. I want to get to 5 million. I want to be able to exit my company. And I ask them, well, why? What's really exciting for you about your company? And they're like, well, I like the money. The clients are okay. It's interesting. Like what I'm hearing is just like not a lot of passion. So here's the thing is, if you don't have a lot of passion, guess what? Your team's not going to have a lot of passion. And if your team's not going to have a lot of passion, how are you all showing up with your clients? Are you showing up in a way that your clients are really inspired by what you're doing? Or is it kind of ho-hum? So it's looking at how do we be able to create this business really driven by a much bigger mission? And that's really the trick. That's really the trick to be able to get your company to be able to really grow beyond you, is to have a good reason for it to grow beyond you. And money is not enough. Money is not enough. It's not enough for your team. And guess what? It's not enough for you either. Because what will happen is as soon as you get to a certain income level where you're comfortable, then now all of a sudden you're like, why should I rock the boat? I don't know if I want to keep investing in this team. I don't know if I've got to shift our offers in this way and we've got to invest in this website and get these. There's investments that have to be made to be able to continue to scale your company. And if you're not really bought into it, then why would you rock the boat? So you really have to have this burning in your belly for what is the reason? I'll go back to this example. I want to scale this company and I want to be able to exit it, right? Let's say it's a $10 million exit. What are you going to do with that money? they're like, oh, well, I'll just go and invest in more companies. Well, that's not big enough. And for me and my team, I'm not really that excited to help somebody make more money just for the sake of making more money. Like, I want to know that we're working with them and their team using our limited capacity. I want to know that they're going to make the world a better place in some way. And if they're not making the world a better place, like, oh, it's just not that exciting. I'm just not that excited about helping businesses like that. So it's looking at that, like your team, whether they know it or not, they're evaluating this too. So are you getting your team just really jazzed up by how they're impacting the growth of the company, how they're impacting your clients, and how they're making the world a better place? Or are they just showing up for a paycheck? So a good action step for you from this episode is to do a bit of journaling. So I want you to think about, what is the bigger reason for why we're scaling? What is the impact that we could potentially be making in the world? And then the next piece is that, all right, you're making your top dollar that you're really excited. You're bringing in millions of dollars, maybe it's millions of dollars of profit a year. What are you going to do with that money? How are you going to make the world a better place? And the third bonus question is, how do you impact that right now? How can you make the world a better place with the current resources right now? So maybe you're not putting together some massive orphanage project, right? But maybe there's a small amount of money that you could be giving every month or every year to an organization that supports that. So what is an organization that you can use that's going to really rally your team around the impact that you're making? So I'll give you an example of one of the things that we do. One of the organizations that we support is Operations Underground Railroad. And what they do is they save children from sex trafficking. And freedom is one of our core values. And our program is called Scale to Freedom. Really big on freedom, especially freedom for those most marginalized that really need the most support. And I think children definitely fall into that category. So one of the things that we do is we actually have a campaign that we're raising $37,000 to save children from sex trafficking. And all of our workshops, all the proceeds go to that. And then we actually double the amount we're giving on top of that. And then we'll be doing even more on top of that. But that is one of the things that we donate our profits to. And we really weave that into our whole organization, because that is like a key part of like our mission, that we want to provide freedom for other people. And that's something that really inspires our team. They're so excited because they know that them really being bought in and doing their best work is actually impacting people on so many levels. They want to be part of this. And we give them their own little space in the company where they can actually just become masters at it and they own it. It's just such an incredible way of growing your company. And for me, like, I love waking up every morning and just coming in and working on my business in the way that I want to, and that it feels really aligned. But more than anything, it's not about how much I'm working on my business or especially in my business, but it's about how am I showing up and how am I leading my team and how am I motivating and inspiring our team to be able to continue moving this mission forward, even if I'm not here. But the thing is I am here because I love it and I'm inspired by it and I'm excited and I don't feel like I'm working. So how can you create your business to be where you don't feel like you're working? You feel like it's play. You feel like it's your legacy. It's the work that you are meant to do. It's why you're here on this planet. How can you weave that in to what you're doing in your business? And it doesn't mean that your business has to be a charity. It could just mean that you're incorporating different elements into your business that really inspire everyone else on your team, and including yourself, to continue scaling your company so you can continue scaling your impact. Scaling your impact is the ultimate leverage point for being able to scale your consultancy in a way that will generate more profits, in a way that will generate more freedom, in a way that will generate more impact in the world. This is Mandi Ellefson, host of the Hands Off CEO podcast. If you would like to learn more about our system, how we help our clients double their fees, how we help them increase their client lifetime value considerably, how we be able to help them scale multi-million-dollar hands-off CEO companies that can run without them and that they can one day even sell, go to handsoffceo.com/briefing. And you can sign up for our next executive briefing where we'll actually walk you through the whole process for how we do this and give you the exact formula for how you can double, triple, quadruple your fees and be able to use that to boost your cash flow to be able to scale so much faster and with more ease. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will catch you next time.